Hi everybody, I'm Kirsten Meakin from Naio Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a transparent flower design using acrylic paint and a bit of gel polish. I've already prepped this nail, so I've removed the surface shine. I am going to fit a sculpting form. Now, if you want an in-depth explanation of how to fit a sculpting form, we have plenty of videos. We do. Colours that I'm going to use are, I've got soft pastel green, which is a beautiful colour. Ready for spring. We are all ready for spring. We're all ready for summer, really, aren't we? We'd like to have a bit of summer. And we're going to use Blank Slate and Caramel Dream. So they're the acrylics that I'm going to use today. I have Max Adhesion liquid in my damping dish. I'm going to use our prep products on this nail. So we're going to use the Nail Prep Dehydrator. And then I'm going to go in with the acid-free primer. So I'm going to create a simple ombre first of all. I'm going to lay down a very thin layer of Blank Slate, connect it to the nail. Imagine you're creating a tip on the end of this. And I'm going to create a ballerina shaped nail. Not too long, nice and wearable. Blank Slate's a lot easier to use than clear because we can actually this. We can see that milky hue. Yeah, milky hue. Hue there. Hue. See Hugh, Missy?
Jimmy.
See you, Jimmy? I'm terrible at accents.
Such a racist.
Sorry. Caramel Dream is going right at the back here. I didn't bleed out the back of the brush. I went straight on with it because I want to be able to move it around. It won't run everywhere. It's a lovely product. So we're going to blend that down. And then I'm going to use the soft pastel green. I am going to bleed out the back of my brush with that. Go straight on to the end. Clean your brush, wet your brush, and start to blend. Nice and gentle. Because I've reloaded my brush with liquid, it will blend a lot easier. Now if you struggle to create that fade, then having Blank Slate will help. Because what we're going to do now is use Blank Slate to help that blend. Blank Slate is transparent, but it has a slight milky hue. And what it'll do is it'll help blend those colours together. Perfect for ombres. You need it in your life. And also don't need to cap this with clear. It's perfectly fine having Blank Slate over the top. I'll let that set up a bit and then I will pinch it and file it. I'm going to take the sculpting form off now. Then we're going to file this gorgeous nail. Normal filing routine. And because you've got that blank slate on top of the colour, you're not going to ruin your fade. Whereas if you just had the colours overlapping each other and you started to file, you would start to file into those colours, and that's not what we want. I'm going to buff over with my white block to make this as nice and smooth. I want it nice and smooth so I can paint on this. So I'm not going to put top coat on, I'm going to paint directly onto this nail. So what I'm going to do now is take the Polycolour paint. This is zinc white. A little bit of water with your white paint. So you want it to be wet enough so it will draw a nice fine line. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do outlines. You don't want them to be perfect, and that's a good job because Adam just knocked the table.
Did I?
Yeah. It's more like a daisy shape that we're going to do. So that's one petal. And then what we're going to do is overlap. So we're going to overlap them.
Ah, so it's like a stencil.
Kind of, yeah. But it'll be transparent because what we'll do is inside these sort of daisy petal-like shapes, we're going to make a white wash. So it'll be transparent. So again, we're going to overlap each petal. So again, overlapping. And don't worry about making them perfect. You want them to be slightly irregular, like that. And I'm not just going to do this one, I'm going to add some more to the nail as well. So we're going to get all the outlines done first. So we've got that one, and then I'm going to do one here, in this space. So now I'm going to make a wash. So you're going to add some more water to your paint. So you get a wash like that. Yeah. What it'll do, it'll add that sort of smoky, transparent look. So you can fill those shapes with that. Really bend the brush so it drags off any excess. And because the nail is matte, you know, we haven't top coated it or anything like that, the paint will just go and suck into that acrylic. So the wash will dry very, very fast. What I'm going to do is slightly highlight the edges again. So I'm going to go over them, make them even more dense. So we're going to make them opaque right around the edge. So you can see that that's defining the edges a lot better now. It's making it brighter. It is a lot easier from this angle because you can start at the top of the petal and sort of sweep down, and I find it easier doing the design at this angle. It's harder from doing it this way. What I'm going to do to add to this is I'm going to do some little random little circles with that wash, all different sizes. Then with less water in my paint, I'm just going to add some tiny dots. So I'm adding those tiny dots right sort of on top of that wash. And you'll notice that dries very quickly as well. And we're going to seal this in with the Urban Graffiti top coat. It's a lovely spring design. You could even do this with bright colours and make it really summery as well. Pop that in the lamp. I'm going to use some Mega Gloss to put my stones on with. And I'm not trying to create a perfect circle here, I just want them sort of towards the centre. To keep the stones on even more secure, we're going to pop a little bit of brush on glue on those, and it'll just hold them on even more. It's so pretty! You know, we've had a couple of days of nice weather, haven't we? So hopefully spring is here.
I saw somebody having a barbecue the other day.
No!
I was like, what?
In the snow?
I have got to say that I have got my flip-flops on today. The
Oh my
Birkenstocks
God.
are out. But I've got my Ugg boots in the car just in case.
I love spring and summery designs. I'm over these winter designs now. A little bit of cuticle oil. And the nail is finished. So it's got a nice ombre. A pretty delicate design. For a pretty delicate person. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Like a ball in a china shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. A lovely spring design for you there. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And all the products that I've used today will be listed below as always. And I'll see you in the next video. So keep watching. Bye-bye. Give me your answer too. I'm off crazy for the love of you. We'll do this one, the transparent flower. Okay. Hi everybody, Kirsty Beacon from Naio. We're going to do this again. Okay.